During summer, South Africa's open grasslands like these near Newcastle and KZN are home to a unique Asian raptor, the Falcon.
Considering how small these little birds are, they surely are the migratory champions in the raptor world.
Die mense van Newcastle het nooit geweet dat ons so wonderlike juwele in ons midde nie.
Hier is 'n dame wat hier in die ouer huis is, wat sê sy was hier op skool in 1936 en toe was die valkies al hier, toe het hulle al hier geslaap.
Die kolonie wat hier oornag is die grootste in Afrika.
Rina Pretorius, a system engineer by trade, is an avid bird lover who became more involved with bird watching clubs and bird ringing organizations over the years. She's a qualified bird ringer who does various ringing projects for the University of Cape Town. Rina is also in charge of the Kestrel Migrating Project and EWT initiative. They collect new information about the migratory route of 3 small raptor species, a project that is also contributing to an increase in tourism in the area.
Oostelike rooipoot valkkolonies kom veral in Nelspruit, Heidelberg en Newcastle voor. Maar min van ons besef dat hierdie klein valkies een van die langste migrasieroutes van alle voëlspesies volg, al die pad van Asië tot hier in Suider-Afrika.
Die oostelike rooipootvalkies weeg 'n skrale 150 gram en dit is die roofvoël met die langste migrasieroute.
Size doesn't necessarily have a huge amount to do with the migratory pattern.
Andre Botha, manager of the Raptor Work Group of the EWT, has a lot of respect for these summer visitors.
These little birds make use of muscle power and wing power and the lift that they can generate, and they fly. So every single beat across the Indian Ocean is muscle effort that they need to put in to get here.
Falcons breed in northern China and Mongolia, and in October they start their migration south. The first resting site is Nagaland in India, before they cross the Indian Ocean in a non-stop flight of close to 60 hours. When they reach Africa, they rest in Somalia before they migrate to southern Africa and move as far south as Newcastle for a 3-month stay.
They've worked out this migratory route because when they come down here, there's sufficient food to sustain them through the season, enough food to provide them with enough energy resources that they can build up in their bodies that enables them to fly back north. These birds most certainly won't undertake a migration like that if it wasn't worth their while to come down here, because there's such a huge biomass of potential food for them to come and find over the grasslands here.
When they leave South Africa in March, they follow a different route back to Mongolia and rest in Burma and not in Nagaland like they do during their southern migration. This is an annual return flight of more than 28,000 kilometers. During the migration, bad weather is their biggest threat, as well as other larger birds of prey and of course humans. But the species is willing to risk all to spend the summer season in southern Africa. South Africa's grasslands are pesticide-free and relatively safe, but the pine trees of Newcastle remain a favorite attraction for the visitors. These trees are similar to those found at their breeding grounds in Asia.
En dis dan ook hier in Newcastle in KwaZulu-Natal waar 'n Duitse navorser, professor Bernard Mayberg, in 2010 die satellietopsporingsprojek begin het.
This tracking program is long overdue because the exact route of falcons has been a mystery to ornithologists for years, especially the transoceanic stretch of approximately 6,000 kilometers. Rina and a team of experienced bird ringers were selected to assist with the fitting of the satellite tracking systems and to implement an infrastructure to secure the safe capture of birds. Falcons sleep high up in treetops, and it's no easy task to net these little falcons.
Binne 'n week het ons die infrastruktuur opgehaal en ons het 'n toetsloopie gehad en ons het gesien dit is suksesvol.
During the test phase, they realized although lowering and hoisting the nets is time-consuming, this method of capturing one bird at a time causes the least amount of trauma.
Ons vang so minder voeltjies op 'n aand, maar ons weet ons maak nie die voeltjies seer nie.
Based on these results, the first 10 satellite transmitters were sent to South Africa.
In 2010 het Rina en haar span 10 voëls met satellietopsporingssendertjies toegerus, maar slegs een van daardie oorspronklike sendertjies is nog aktief.
Falkie 9578 is die enigste valkie wat nog aktief syne deurstuur en sy het al 7 keer oor die oseaan heen en weer gegaan en sy is huidiglik aktief nog in Mongolië.
If Falcon 5773 manages to survive all the adversities and return again this year, it will be her 4th successful flight. The information she helped to gather over the last couple of years is very valuable, and Rina hopes to fit more birds with satellite tracking systems in the near future. With the support of a team of volunteers, Rina and Silva ring as many birds as possible every year to gather data about wingspan, weight, and other relevant information for the University of Cape Town. Sustainable research and monitoring projects like this one make it easier to protect the species and to identify problem areas and threats in advance. Recently, it came to light that Amma falcons were massacred during their southward migration.
Grim visuals coming in from Nagaland. The reason why this is a red alert for Conservation India is the scale of what we are talking about.
The satellite tracking project, however, did not blow the whistle on the tragedy in Nagaland, but it can assist to monitor it. The revelation of the massacre came about when disturbing footage of thousands of birds caught in nests started to circulate on social media. It caused an international outcry. India's first and only conservation action website, called Conservation India, co-founded by Ramki Srinivasan, became very involved in the project.
We always knew that there was some amount of hunting of Amur falcons happening in Nagaland. What we discovered last time was shocking. What was shocking was the manner and the scale in which the hunting was going on. These are not the traditional hunting with guns and hunting with catapults which you see in the region. Here we discovered that there are massive nets, size of golf courses, and we counted that there's a staggering amount of, say, 12 to 15,000 birds caught every day.
The fact that once the little falcon is plucked, it's a tiny piece of meat. If you put 100 of it in a pot, it's still a decent meal for a number of people.
The birds have always been a food source, but modern netting methods are a threat to the survival of the small falcon species.
En hoe het jou laat voel om dit te sien?
Dit was verskriklik, want as ek vat, as ons die voeltjies hier so ring by ons, met hoeveel sag en teerheid ons hulle hanteer, en daar gaan daai mense, en hulle knak sommer net hulle vlekkies, sonder enige gevoel.
Ek kry hierdie voëls in met gebreekte vlekkies en ek spandeer ure om hulle te probeer regkry. Daar sien ek op 'n videokamera hoe hulle gevang word, hoe hulle vlekkies gebreek word. En dit was vir my verskriklik. Ek kon nie die video kyk nie.
Fortunately, Conservation India took immediate action because India, like South Africa, is a signatory to the CMS, the Convention on Migratory Species.
Alerted the local forest department folks. We alerted the deputy commissioner, the administrative head of the region. We also alerted the Ministry of Environment and Forest, the principal body that governs wildlife conservation in this country. The response was fairly rapid and powerful.
Tot soveel as 140,000 voëls word binne 'n kwessie van 15 dae vir die pot geslag, en dit het ook 'n impak op die getalle wat na Suid-Afrika toe kom. Dit is moeilik om te bepaal, maar dit wil voorkom of die Heidelbergse kolonie hierdie jaar aansienlik kleiner was as voorheen.
If you look at the Heidelberg roost close by here, in previous years we estimated in excess of 10,000 birds at the roost at times. At the moment we're looking at between 2,000 and 4,000 roughly.
But this is just an estimate, and accurate counting is needed for proper research, and one of the biggest obstacles is that all the falcon roosts are not known, something that South Africans can assist with.
So as die mense betrokke kan raak en vir ons sê waar nag die valkies, dan kan ons 'n meer akkurate telling kry jaarliks, en dan kan ons ook sien wat die invloed van Nagaland slagting jaarliks op die valkie is.
And if we can get excellent coverage of the roosts in southern Africa, we will have an idea of the global populations of 3 species of birds that are very important from our perspective to study and to get a better idea.
Sadly, the small falcon's survival is also threatened here. The Newcastle municipality decided to remove all alien tree species from the area. Thanks to the immediate action of bird lovers like Dr. Otto Nell, Deputy Chairperson of BirdLife North Natal and other organisations, the council decided to save the pine trees where the Ammer falcons roost.
Ons het die munisipaliteit genader om die spesifieke laningbome nie te verwyder nie, aangesien dit die bome is waarin die voeltjies oornag.
The Ammer falcons have since become a tourism attraction in Newcastle, with the Amajuba District Municipality as a major sponsor. One of the Migrating Kestrel Project's initiatives is to educate children from all communities about the falcons. They have also started awareness campaigns to save the birds, and local people have been asked to tolerate the noisy visitors roosting in their back gardens.
Ons is baie gelukkig in Newcastle, is die mense die valkies goedgesind, omdat dit ook uit die woongebied is. Maar in ander plekke is dit byvoorbeeld 'n boom in 'n erf of 'n boom in die straat waar die mense se huise is, en dit is vir hulle 'n groot probleem.
These little falcons are poorly known, and part of what we would like to do is to make them better known and to let people know how incredibly special they are from a migratory perspective.
All 3 kestrel species play an important role in our ecosystem.
These birds catch huge amounts of insects on a daily basis.
Daar's nog so baie wat ons van hulle kan leer.
Hulle is regtig 'n groot deel van Newcastle en van Newcastle se kultuur.
Hulle mag wel net besoekers wees, maar hierdie voëls verdien ons beskerming. Bewusmakingsprojekte kan 'n herhaling van die Nagaland slagting voorkom en so verseker dat hierdie voeltjies nog steeds elke somer hul opwagting sal maak. So, raak gerus betrokke by die valkie migrasieprojek.